In a small sea breeze town on the coast of Florida, it's 6:30 in the morning. John Miller takes his coffee black, as always. He stares out the window, but his mind doesn't see the view, because it always drifts to the past, to war, to duty, to losses, and most of all, to a pair of loyal eyes. He no longer glances at the medals on the wall, because his greatest reward was the friendship still carried in his heart. It was 2011. American forces in Afghanistan were going through their toughest year. John had just been assigned as a sergeant to a bomb disposal unit. Years of war left lines on his face and fatigue in his gaze. That day, a dog jumped off a helicopter and landed in the sand. He trembled, then stood tall. His name, Max, breed Belgian Malinois. Job, explosive detection, but his real mission was yet to unfold. John saw something in Max's eyes: loneliness, acceptance, a longing to belong. This dog isn't just a tool. These eyes are as deep as any fallen soldier's. On their first patrol, the team moved through a mountain pass. They thought the path was clear, but Max didn't. He lunged forward, sniffing intensely, then began to dig. John hit the ground just in time. A homemade explosive, 4 kilograms of C4, was buried there. Max's nose saved countless lives. This wasn't just a mission, it was Max's silent oath coming alive. I was meant to protect him, but every time he saved me instead. 9 months in war, 93 missions, and at the end of every mission, Max leaned into John's side, sometimes in pouring rain, sometimes in 120 degrees Fahrenheit heat. They walked together, they dug trenches together, they prayed together. At night, John used his helmet as a pillow, and Max curled up beside him. Sleep was short, dreams were fragmented, but with Max there, everything was bearable. Max was my only shelter, and I, his entire world. The mission ended. John was discharged. Soldiers packed up, but John only looked at Max. "Max is coming with me, right?" he asked his command. The answer was cold. "No, sir. He belongs to the army. He'll be reassigned." It felt like someone stabbed him in the chest. All those nights, all that death, all those prayers. And now, we part ways. The military system was rigid. Max couldn't be adopted until retirement. John filed requests. He wrote to a senator. He contacted media outlets. But the wall stayed silent. Months passed. He had no lawyer, no help, just photos of Max. And a letter that read, "I don't want a dog. I want my brother." Finally, after 13 months, the news arrived. Max was officially retired, and John's request was approved. His knees shook at the airport. Max was quiet in his crate. When the door opened, John dropped to the ground, and Max quietly walked over and rested his head on John's knee. Tears streamed down John's face. "I'm here, boy. I never left." In that small Florida house, they built a new life. Morning walks, afternoon naps. Max was no longer just a soldier. He was a hero who had earned his peace. But age crept in. Max's steps slowed, his eyes dimmed. His breaths became deeper, more labored. Every night, John stroked his head until sleep came. In the hottest moments of war, we stayed side by side. Now we prepare for peace together. One morning, Max didn't wake up. His head rested on John's feet, just like on their first patrol. John didn't cry. Max wouldn't have wanted that. but something broke inside, and it never healed. John dug a small grave in the yard. With his own hands, he etched into a stone, "Max, soldier, friend, soul. Even when you were gone, I never felt alone, because you were always with me." And every morning since, John sits in the same spot, a leash, a frame, a coffee mug. He's not alone, because loyalty doesn't die, it only grows silent, but always lives on.